Hello world, Wave Time here, bringing to you another episode of Feed the Beast Insanity. So I'm going to do a few more things. Now, if I can find these correctly, I'm gonna try to find the meadows, princesses and stuff. Those are jungle, not what I'm looking for. And a pouch. Desert. Forest. And the final one is somewhere that's not probably easy to find. Okay. And meadows. There we go. Now, why I'm doing this. Now, okay. Basically, to get the common drones reliably, I'm going to need to get meadows hives. So, meadows princesses or meadow drones and cross them with forest, stuff. Okay. So I'll place a few of these down so that we know what we're going to create. And I want to take, how are we going to do this? Let's get rid of some of our useless junk and go for the less useless junk. And there we go. Now nothing's in here right now because we're going to do a bit of bee breeding, get some commons as soon as possible because now that's pretty much our only limiting factor other than the EMC generation that we currently have going on there. Now the EMC generation is going to make us a little laggy, unfortunately. That's something that we cannot stop, so we're pretty much going to have to wing it for now. So throw a few more of these in, and I'm thinking that propolis can also be made in the squeezer when we put in liquid honey. We're currently only doing the seed stuff right now, and that's as much as we can do. But I think we'll be able to manage it. Okay. Now let's check on how our mass fabricator is going. It has 33. That seems to be well in order and everything. So let's see. Let's take a look around over here and see how much silky combs we have generated currently. Not too many, really. We're gonna have some sort of better generation than that method, but it's going to have to sustain us for now since we don't really have any others currently until we get our diligent branch, done. Let's see. Well, considering that we're going to have to use these anyways, there's cultivated, and it's cultivated, right? Now, if we breed these in the nether, we should be able to get what we're looking for, which is those hell bees or whatever, sinister bees, yes. But we're going to need more than just that. We're going to need a lot of princesses, so we're going to have to make a lot of them manually. So the main thing that we're looking for is purebred cultivated. As soon as we get purebred cultivated bees, we should be good to go. Now another thing that we're going to need to create is this is going as fast as it can, and when it's done, maybe we can use that existing energy system for a refinery, or we can make some more of these solar panels when we finally have everything created. Now, it's still taking a while to make everything, that is for sure, but that's a thought. Let's get an on-mat crafting table. So we're gonna have to make one of those, which will, let's make a few of them maybe. I don't know. Okay, automatic crafting table. We'll have to put the gear to it to manage to get everything. Okay, there. And we'll have to get a crafting table. Funny that an automatic crafting table will require a crafting table. And I cannot speak. Okay. Yes, that's what we'll do. We'll have this basically constantly supplied with some fun stuff. Okay, redstone. Also, what's a good idea is to take an energy condenser, break our chest over here. After a while of tedious pounding away, we'll be able to place this in and actually have this as a target so that it's much more easily refillable. Throwing you back in just for giggles. Okay, now what we're going to do is have this supply with a bunch of, good stuff. We're going to need to get a supplier pipe, and we're going to need to get a normal wooden transport pipe. So let's get the wooden transport pipe. One of these. We got our redstone engine, which we'll use. And if we couple it together with an engine, it'll even be better. A lever. Lever, lever, lever. Lever? Lever. Where art thou, lever? I cannot seem to find you. Have you disappeared without my knowing it? Ah, well, maybe we can craft another lever. And also, we're going to need some more logistics pipes. So we're going to need to make more gears. Gold gears. Where are my gold and iron gears, rather? So we can take 2 of these, and we're going to need to get a bit of glass. We're going to need some redstone torches. Okay. Glass is good. And this is good. Just need to get some of our gold from our Klein star. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you. And now when we throw in a few stuff, we'll be able to just pull a whack of these redstone torches out. Did I say a whack? Yes, I did. There we go. So now let's see. Probably something like this instead, isn't it? Thought I pulled you out. Okay. Some logistics pipes, good. And now we're going to need to get, is it a supplier pipe? We need to supply it. Is that a... This is a provider, this is a supplier. We need to supply it with stuff, so we're going to need 1 piece of glowstone instead to provide. And we'll want to provide this with a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is just not where we want it, is it? Huh. Yeah, it is, whatever. What the hey. We'll have a floating chest there. Okay, we'll want to provide like 5 of these low voltage transformers. Let's get 2 of them. That'll be good. And we'll take a nice little cat nap. Aye is kitty. Aye is kitty. Okay. Now that embarrassment is over, we'll be able to make some stuff. Okay, so we'll need to also take this, and we'll need to get some normal pipes, if that is at all a possibility. Thank you. So once we get the normal pipes down, we'll have to quickly get this in the way. And bring this all the way over to here, so that we'll be able to attach this to the logistics network. 6, 7, 8. And now what we're going to do is make our processing of making stuff a little bit simple. Bit more simpler, if you know what I mean. And then we'll need to get this into here. Now we're going to also finally need 1 simple chest, which we're obviously lacking. Chest, chest, chest. That could work. In fact, it will work. So getting our little simple chest down. And finally, we are getting our low voltage transformer, which still hasn't arrived. Maybe it takes forever and beyond to make it, but I don't know. It should be a lot quicker than this. Oh yeah, it still has to make other stuff, like it's low in the queue because of wires and stuff. So we're gonna have to wait for that before we continue onwards. Okay, so that should be quick though. It's not that low in the priority. Okay, be right back then. I suddenly realized why I happen to have the other chest here in the first place. So we're going to have to manually fill this so that it can pull as much as it needs, so that we got some low voltage transformers right over here. So we'll put this here. And did it pull out all of my solar panels? No, it didn't. I don't know what the reasoning for that is, but whatever. Son of a... Ah, that's not good. Is this the wrong pipe? Yeah, it's probably the wrong pipe. Is it? Yep. So let's have this and have it as exclude. And now that that infinite loop is broken, we'll be able to attach it again. And let's take those out again because I am a complete knucklebrain and decided to use the wrong thing. Okay. Now that we'll actually be making stuff instead of having some sort of infinite loop, we'll put these back in so that we'll be able to get the lapis one. We'll need to get lapis in order to make this, and unfortunately I kind of ruined one of my pipes. Put that in your pipe and smoke it or something to that regards. Anyways, okay, now that we have our supplier pipe, you know, these are horribly named. I can never decide which one it is. And we'll have this constantly stock like 16 of these low voltage transformers. So eventually it'll be able to make all of that a bit quickly, and it'll be able to make everything and automatically make a bunch of those processes. I don't know. I'm kind of throwing a bunch of things up in the air right now. Okay, let's stop you because we have enough. And we'll have to feed a few of these in, actually. Herm. Okay, it'll require 4 wood now instead. We'll break this and immediately regret doing that. Let's have a little fun. Swirly! So now as we go and get our condenser that we'll need, we'll take this and throw our, maybe our steak away, I don't know. And then we'll need to get this back and throw this in. Have this as one of the items that we need, so target that. Throw this on, and then it'll be able to take stuff from here instead. Now that it's a little happier than it was before, we'll be able to get everything going a lot better. That was fun. Okay, let's see how much, if anything, we have created thus far. We haven't created a lick, which isn't too much of a bother. Okay, so while that's automatically creating some better tier items, we might be able to make it a full assembly line. Let's not bother. Still have to figure out if the... Ooh. Another thing I realized. That won't work either. Haha. It hates alchemical chests, I see. So we're going to need to get another chest, unfortunately. Do we have any chests pre-prepared? Why can I never seem to spot something so obviously in front of me? Probably because it's not in front of you, you dolt. There we go. There we go. And we should now be able to automatically create all the stuff that we need. A bit easier than the other process, but it works okay. So, now that that is almost done, we're still picking up some scrap wood that we might not really need. But anyways, and we're getting a lot of UU matter at quite an alarming pace. We might be able to start some of our nanotechnology if we throw some of this away and sort our inventory. We'll look in here. Oh, how are our bees going? Meadows Princess. And whew, we didn't really get anything, did we? That's a bit of an annoyance. I read a bit of a guide and it said that the Meadows Princess is what we need to cross to be able to make anything. But maybe it was lying and there's some other form of torture that we have to endure. So let's just throw these queens back in because they are already in use. Maybe we can get stop poisoning me! I swear, it really hates me, doesn't it? And of course, I don't seem to have any meat on my person. I is thin. Well, I'd like you to believe that at least. Okay. So now that I am slowly going to my demise, let's check some of the quantum stuff that we need. Quantum stuff, this needs 2 iridium plates. This needs 2, 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 iridium plates, 40 of those. So we're going to need to get 40 of those compressed carbon plates or whatever. Which is a bit of a hassle. Which reminds me, this is a bit of a hassle as well. Another thing that we can go is on the things that go boom challenge. We need to make quite a few things. Let's see. We need to make a nuke for one, so let's throw this as a target item. Get a few of these. How many do we need? We need probably 5. There we go. Drop everything. And we'll compress 5 of these in here. So let's just wait for that, go to bed. Hopefully our poison doesn't, kill us. Not exactly letting me have a restful sleep, is it? You can stop now. Thank you. Okay. The analyzer is still good to go, and we got that good to go. And pretty much most of the stuff that we need to... Wait a second. Oh, we need to get some saplings. Good thing I noticed. A little lately, but we noticed. Okay, now that we're getting this back up and running again, trying to get it. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Slowly but surely. Okay, so let's check how many things we have in here. We got 49 already because we're just slowly turning all of these into a nice little, you know what I'm talking about. Right. Okay, and we're creating even more as we speak. Hopefully, is there anything overspilling? No, there doesn't seem to be, thankfully. I would have picked up on it if there was. Now checking over here, we only have 8 of those. And I'm going to pause recording here right now. I'm just going to have to shut off this for a second while I get everything sorted, because I really need to pause this. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to do a bit of research on some of the stuff that I needed to do. So let's just get that starting again so that we'll be able to make a lot more of these solar panels. Eventually, maybe we'll be able to get it to like a fully automated system, but that will take some time. So we should continue with some of our destructive enterprises. So a nuke is another item that we will need to make, which requires, let's see, recipe, please? Am I in the wrong mode? There should be some sort of recipe for the nuke that should come up right now. Come on. I can get the recipe for that. Am I unable to... maybe it's a secret recipe. So let's try a few different things. We can try sand first. So let's get this out of the way and take a few sand. So basically substitute gunpowder, and we should be able to get a nuke soon somehow. Let's see. Try it this instead. Huh. Okay, this is starting to get a little odd. Let's try to substitute the sand for gunpowder. That might be causing the issue, or maybe this industrial craft is a little glitched. Stop making it so difficult for me, thank you. There, that'll help. Gunpowder. There we go, we got our nuke. Now we'll throw our nuke into here to keep it safe. And nuke there, and we'll put those back. Okay, so it must be some sort of secret recipe, or else I'd be able to see it through the recipe mode right here. Okay, now we're going to need to make some integrated reactor cooling, so we're going to need to take a lot of... Sorry, there's a fly in my face, which is quite annoying. Okay, let's throw some of our junk EMC stuff out of the way. No. And this I can't use again. That I'm not going to bother trying to use again, and we should be good to go. Chicken! Ah, no chicken. Okay, throw away our UU matter, and let's make a bunch of that, let's see, refined iron we'll need, so getting some of that. Do we have any refined iron? No, we don't. Let's throw this in, and throw it in our Klein star. And let's see, we need some bronze. So 2 stacks, and get away that. And we'll need to get some refined iron again. So we'll need to order 3 half stacks. There we go. So we just gotta wait for that, and then, well, that'll take a while, and hopefully it doesn't overfill. It shouldn't. But you never know with how fast this induction furnace is going. Sorry, did I say fast? I meant slow. How slow it's going. And that's still fermenting at a reasonable amount of speed, so it should be good. Now this will be able to change it into another high voltage, but currently we don't need to worry about that. Okay, we're going to need some more copper as well. Copper? Copper. Copper! You can't get me copper. And might as well throw this up into the top to get that. So we'll get a lot of that. So let's put this on, because it seems like we're almost at the stage where we're going to pull out the remainder of this. Okay, so once we get that, we're going to need some integrated reactor cooling as well, and we're going to need to get some electronic circuits. Well, we got the redstone, we got the glowstone, we don't have the lapis, however. So let's get as much lapis as we can, throw that away. And now we're finally getting all of this refined iron, which we'll pick up in a second. Because, you know, want it to pile on and all that. You know how it is. I can't have fun, apparently. And what the heck was I doing anyways? I kind of forget all this. Ah, yes. Let's change this, put this, and this, and we got a bunch of advanced circuits which we'll need. And we got a full stack of mixed metal, which we'll throw it to here, so we'll be able to get a bunch of advanced alloys. Now let's see, some integrated reactor plating. We'll need to make some 3 of those. Integrated reactor, integrated heat disperser. We'll need coolant cells, which uses the extractor. So how many coolant cells will we require? Quite a few. So let's make some cooling cells. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And throw the remainder in here, and then we'll use the extractor, and hopefully there's at least a slot open. Yes, there is. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we good. We're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to need to take some of our plating. I think that'll be good enough, and we'll have to change them into other forms of awesomeness. I think we'll take that away, and we might as well throw this to the gutter and have that and that. That. Gotta take that, and we'll have those. So we got 3 of those, and now we're going to need to take some of our copper and make a bunch of plates. Gotta move that there. And unfortunately, we seem to be full in inventory space. We'll have to do that. Now, we'll just place that and that and that. So we got... we're still gonna have to do a bunch of stuff. Okay, so throwing some of our junk into here. I don't think they'll mind at all. Hopefully not. Or else they'll kind of have a bad day at it, won't they? And we'll have to take some of our junk here. So, 1. Oops. Let's just make it manually. 2. And 3. Okay, 3 integrated reactors, platings. So we'll put those there, and we're gonna need a total of 3 reactor chambers, right? So we're going to have to make a bunch more of those little fun stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of these. Okay, there we go. Now we'll throw a bunch of these in. So we'll have those here. And let's see, the reactor chamber will require machine block and advanced alloys. So we'll throw some of our advanced alloys in it. And we'll need to request 3 machine blocks. Okay, request successful. We'll fall asleep a bit. And after it's finished requesting, we'll be able to make some of those reactors, which will be very, very, very nice. It's just going to take probably forever, and while we're at it, we're going to require a generator for our chamber, our reactor. Okay, and we have enough advanced alloys to be able to make everything at a reasonable rate. Let's run over, see, do we have anything excess? We have 9 excess, I can tell, for the rubber. And how's this going? This is almost done. That's almost done. And once that's done, we'll be able to divert the rest of it, and it'll go into the tank there. So slowly we're making everything. So there we go. 1 reactor, 2 reactor, and 3 reactor. Now we got 3 reactors. We'll be able to, the chambers, we'll be able to actually make the nuclear reactor. So getting that there, we'll put the generator, our advanced circuits, and advanced alloys. And now we have our nuclear reactor and our nuclear reactor chamber. Now we're going to need a few more things for the things that go boom. We're going to want some TNT. In fact, we're going to take 2 TNT. Going to take a Mobius fuel, and we're going to take an Eternalist fuel. Best name I ever came up with. Okay, so making a Nova Catalyst and making a Nova Cataclysm, which are more items that we need. I guess I can throw you in there. And now what else do we need? We got the reactor, chamber, cataclysm, catalyst, chamber, nuke. We need the defective turret. So defective turret, we cook a turret, which we make with obsidian and 5 iron and some redstone. So let's throw some of our junk into here. Get some obsidian, which we managed to pass somehow. 5 of this. And get our obsidian. Get our obsidian on! Yeah! Okay, so throw this on. For some reason, I don't think we need an iron helmet, but I could be mistaken. And let's fly around over here. Gonna have to make a defective turret and throw these back in because it's kind of needed, you know. So defective turret. Now we're going to need to make, let's see, we got the defective turret. We need to make a combustion engine. Fun. Combustion engine. We're going to need 2 of our gears. And we got our iron gears, but we need the pistons. And we need the glass and 3 more bits of iron. This chest! Yes! I actually got it. So there. So 3 iron. Oops, wrong place. And we got our combustion engine, which we'll also throw into here. And finally, we need a hyperkinetic lens. I love kinematics, though I don't think this actually uses kinematics. I think it just uses pure badassery. Okay, so we're going to need another Nova Catalyst, which is kind of unfortunate. So we're going to need to get that, and we're going to need 2 dark matter and 6 diamonds. Okay, 6 diamonds to the rescue. Dark matter to the rescue. Ooh, I think we have enough. And throw this together. And we got our hyperkinetic lens. Now, if we have room, let's do our ceremonious throwing to the giant beast that's going to kill us. Yay! And it's having trouble rendering, apparently. So let's hope all the chunks load when we throw everything in. Okay, now for this next challenge, after I turn my ring off, thankfully I noticed, we have the combustion engine, the hyperkinetic lens, the defective turret, Nova Catalyst, Nova Cataclysm rather, TNT, reactor chamber, nuclear reactor, a nuke, and a Nova Catalyst, or 2. And when all of those get combined together, we'll finish our next challenge, which was things that make you go boom. Now I'm kind of anxious to see what we have in this chest. Hopefully it's something happy, but considering what it was, yeah, this is going to be really helpful, I must say. Is there a better way to get this? Alt? No, Alt doesn't do anything. Maybe if I just break the dang chest and get it, that would make it a lot easier. Ah well, I'm just gonna sit down and get all this. And once I finish cursing Slowpoke for his dubiousness, we can actually speed up this thing along quite a bit, now that we actually have some scrap. And yeah, I thought of making some sort of scrap machine, but honestly, it'd be a little too slow for my taste. Now this thing is still going clucking slowly. So let's get that done. And once this runs out of scrap, or useful things to say to me, or my mother, we'll be able to make a bunch of other stuff. Now let's see how these went. Nothing. Absolutely nothing all along. And we don't have anything here. So while I run away from here at the speed of annoyance, we'll be able to see if we can actually do anything else. But I don't think so. We'll just have to wait for the seed oil to finish. This thing is almost done. In fact, I think it'd be able to finish if we just take that off. It'll make a bunch more of this biomass, but I think it's pretty much complete with everything else that it's doing. I think that's kind of the wrong location way. Come on. And this still is almost done. And once we get that, we'll be able to hook up the system so that it'll carry everything over here instead, which will be a lot better. So, that's all the time we have for this episode of Feed the Beast Insanity. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. What I'm going to do is later, I'll change this to a normal chest and finish our assembly line and make it a lot more badass. Wave Time here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.